If you are someone like me and you're getting ready to move out of the United States and you might be confused about some of the steps that you need to take right now in order to get ready to make that big move, then this video is for you. Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Isaura Abreu and I am super excited to have you guys in my channel. As you guys know, in this channel we talk all about personal development, financial education, side hustles, and also a little bit about moving to the Dominican Republic, or if is it that you want to move out of the United States. You can find a little bit of everything in this channel, so please like and subscribe. The topic of moving abroad could be scary. A lot of people are very fearful of taking that big move. Oh my god, my lips are dry. Excuse me. A lot of people are scared to take that big move into something new. But let me tell you, it does not have to be that hard. If you have watched previous videos of mine, you could see some of the steps, some of the stuff I'm doing back in my Dominican Republic when it comes to housing and stuff like that. So I will link those videos in the top. For example, when I bought my first land and constructing my house and some other stuff over there that you can find on my channel. Steps that you can take in order to take that big move. If you are like me, you might as well have a life here already set up. And maybe you have never thought of the idea of moving out of the United States. Probably this might be your first video where you are like, oh my god, I never thought this was a possibility that I could actually do. Or maybe you are somebody that has this idea and have been looking and researching all around to find a video maybe like this one where I can give you some other insights on stuff that you can start doing right now in order to achieve that dream. So I'm gonna share my experience because that's the best way to share ideas that are actually, I'm actually doing so that you can as well do it. So I've been living here since I was 12 years old. So yeah, it's been a while. I adapted to culture here in America. When I first came here, it was crazy because I didn't know much, especially English, which I learned little by little. I still have a strong accent, but here we are. And with time, I got so caught up with the American lifestyle that I forgot that I had a country. I forgot that there's another life out of the United States. I forgot that there's other things that I could be doing without being so stressed living here, working to pay bills. Because if you live in the United States, especially in cities like New York, Florida, main cities, big cities like that, you know that the expenses that you are going to have are going to be very high. How I came across this topic of moving abroad and looking beyond what I was just living or what I am just living right now, because I'm still here. It was like I could decrease the stress that I have if I only decrease this style of life that I'm living. Having car payments, having credit card payments, a lot of them. I'm not saying I don't have them still, but I have a lot less. Having a high quality of life just because you want to pretend to be something that you're not. You want to acquire all the things that influencers on social media are telling are the cool things to have. You want to live a lifestyle that is above what you are even making every month. And when that happens, your expenses go above and beyond what you're making, and that's how you get in debt. And that's how the stress comes to your mind and to your life. And not only you stress yourself, but you can also notice how that stress also affects the family around you, especially if you have kids. This could be very common because I have experienced it with my daughter. When I feel stressed, I tend to act different with her because of the tension I have, and this is not a healthy life. It was was always the same thing, or it has been always the same thing, except that now I have another mentality. I take things more easily, like more relaxed, because at the end of the day, we only have this life. At the end of the day, we are all gonna die. So why would I be stressing out for something that is not worth this energy inside of me? So those are the things that I started noticing. So what steps am I taking now in order to achieve that dream of moving to the Dominican Republic? The first thing was actually going to the Dominican Republic a lot of times now and looking at the place that I wanted to move. I felt that the town where I grew up until I was 12 years old was the town where I want to live. I am familiar with the area, and not only because I feel comfortable and I know people around, but also because the way of living in the south part of the Dominican Republic, even though it's not like Santo Domingo, Santiago, Puerto Plata, Punta Cana, all those places that are more tourist places and they have a little bit more fancy stuff. I don't feel comfortable in those places. First of all, because a lot of people, a lot. So it's like, for example, Santo Domingo is like Manhattan here in New York City. Crowded, always very active, people desperately doing things. It's just too much for me. Too much. Um, and Santiago is less stressful, to be honest. Less stressful than Santo Domingo. Is beautiful. Some areas in Santiago are very active, but not like Santo Domingo. No, I'm sorry. I love Santo Domingo, but no. The south area is more calm. You can see the birds. You can see the mountains. The air is so fresh. The people are so nice. Everybody knows each other because it's a small town, but things are not so far away that you couldn't, like, let's say, to get something to eat you have to drive an hour. No, the great thing about the places where you want to live or whatever is find out the convenience that you have around and make sure that you are accommodating that to what you're used to. Remember that over there is nothing like here. Abroad is nothing like in New York City, and that's something that you have to have very clear. Another thing that I am doing here in order to prepare to move is getting rid of all my debt. Yes, I never thought of that because I thought debts were normal. And I feel kind of ashamed to say this here, but I thought debts were normal. Like everyone has debts. And it's true. Everyone has debts. And I feel like people are normalizing debts like it's just a norm in life, and it's not. It is not. It's so stressful to have debt and know that all your paychecks are going out every month for to pay somebody else. It's just insane. So I decided 9 months ago, after I purchased my land, like I said before, you can watch those videos in my channel, to just get rid of all my debts, take a better look at my finances, do whatever I have to do in order to get out of debt. I didn't want to have nothing that was not mine, and that include a car that I have leased previously. That, thank God, oh my God, that car was floated. There was a float here in New York City, and my car got floated, and it was total loss. So they took it. Thank God I didn't go back to a lease, and I purchased my CRB for $7,000 with 125 miles, and it worked great. Except that my AC is a little messed up right now, but it was the best investment I make. And because I have acquired this new mentality of saving, getting out of debts, because when you don't have debt, you can go anywhere and you just have to worry about your expenses. Hello. So I was blown by this. I was like, oh my God. So I wrote down all my debts. I paid around already $18,000 in debts. That was a big accomplishment for me because before I wasn't even able to keep up with my expenses, making good amount of money and not even knowing where my money was going. So I paid off that whole bunch of money. I still have some debts. My biggest debt is a loan that I took a very long time ago, not aware of what the heck we was doing because I don't even know where that money went. And I think that was charged off, so I have to deal with that. But I'm just sharing this with you guys so that you see that It's not only you, other people have issues too. Everything has a solution. And if we stress that much about stuff, we're gonna go crazy and we're not gonna go accomplish anything because we're gonna think it's not possible, but it is. So that's another thing that I'm doing is getting out of debt so that after I get out of debt completely, I can start saving more towards my funding account that I have towards because I'm planning to save certain amount of money, which I haven't decided yet, but I'll share with you guys once I have that number set according to my calculations of and expenses of what it is to live over there, and I will share with you guys. Then you make the big move. I think that the biggest expenses over there are housing, and if you purchase or build your house, that's an expense that you don't have to worry about. So you see, these are things that you can start thinking right now in order to get out of the mentality that you don't have a solution in your life. And I think this video is going a little longer than I thought, but it's okay if I add another extra minute. So those are the most important steps when it comes to that. Also, if you have kids, make sure that you do your research in the area, schools, how convenient it's going to be to take your kids in and out of school. If they have activities around, they don't have to have a whole bunch of activities, but some things that your kids could do around. For example, in my area, they play volleyball, baseball, and if so, if my daughter is not interested in all of that, I can always take into San Juan de la Maguana, which is like 15 minutes away from the actual town that I have my house, and put her on some other activities like dancing and stuff like that. And the great thing is that the money over there, if especially if you're making dollars, it worth a lot, especially if you are a minimalist and if you live frugally like I do. I don't like to spend money on just anything because I know how hard I make my money. It could stretch very much. Also, if you are here and you want to find out more about things that you can do over there, you can always go online and ask local people. But if you speak English, there's a lot of options that you have over there, like working in a call center or teaching English and etc. So those are other extra side hustles that you can do if you make money online, like I am planning to do, because that would be something that I could do remotely as well. While I make dollars, that would be a great option for you too. And this is just the basic that I wanted to share with you guys. And I hope it's helpful. Just know that everybody has their problem, that perfection does not exist, and that a lot of things that you see here on on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, is not the real. People are just sharing the good side of the of the coin. They're not sharing the other side, you know? And we all have two sizes, but I try to be transparent in my channel so that you guys really know what's going on, so that you guys don't let these cameras out there make you feel like you're not achieving anything by whatever age you have, because everybody is different and everybody's at a different stage in their life. So, with this being said, I hope this video is helpful in your journey to moving out of the United States, and I hope it helps you acquire new ideas. I will actually be making more future videos with more detailed information because I know people like details sometimes, and that will help. But for now, I just wanted to give you an overview about all this. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. See you in the next one.